Like this guy saying, don't tell a woman she's beautiful because will laugh at you. Don't get that out of your head, because I really
don't I tell you you're beautiful,
Teddy, all the time. I'm so sick of it. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. So today I have Will at the studio.
back again. Third time's a charm.
Yes, I'm so happy to have you here because I got a comment on my YouTube, one of my YouTube videos, and his comment, I was like, what? And I actually, well, what was your response? No, not your comment. Okay. Some other guy, some random guy's comment. It was my Love Bomber episode, and the whole point of the episode was to say, when a guy comes into your life and tells you how I love you, or you're absolutely beautiful and I love everything about you, and doesn't even know you, red flags for Love Bomber, right? And then his comment was basically saying, I totally disagree with this lady, that you should never tell a woman how beautiful she is, because she'll just laugh at you. And I was like, okay, this is like so wrong it was not wrong, but I thought this was
What woman is he talking to?
Well, yeah, that's interesting you say that. Why? What do you mean from that?
I mean, I think if you're open and honest and you're having good chemistry, then compliments are actually taken as compliments.
Yes. You see, I wrote back to him because at first you thought he was a troll, you said, right?
Still think he is.
He still thinks he's a troll, this guy. I don't think he is. I think
You think he's hurting inside?
I think he is probably gone through, and he said from personal experience.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people in this world feel what he feels, where if you tell someone they're beautiful or they're hot or they're such good looking, that they are going to laugh at you, that you are going to look like you're a loser, or you're going to be rejected in some way or another. You know what I mean? Why? Why do people feel that way?
Well, I think it happens sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I think it happens because, you get, if let's say you're not, let's say you are beautiful.
Hey.
But, you get compliments a lot, and, they start to become desensitized. So you don't, when a new guy comes up to you and they say, oh, you're so beautiful, you're the most beautiful person I've ever seen, you brush it off maybe as like, oh, I get that all the time, blah, blah, blah. And you don't let it hold as much water, and that's probably where he's coming from. Like, he probably just opens up with, "Hey, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen," and ha 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 ha.
First of all, there's two things I have to say to that, because like when you first meet somebody and they're just talking about the physical, like that's a problem.
Yes, that's surface level.
Yeah.
You're not getting deep. You're not.
This is you guys, if you're learning anything from me, seriously, the crazy love method is where you find a relationship where you can be completely real and authentically, zenfully you. And that is nothing to do with the surface. Okay, and people are like, oh my God, they have to be tall, they have to be whatever, perfect shape, and my whole point is that I want you to have a real deep emotional connection, right? So when a guy does come up to you and straight up says, oh my God, you're absolutely the most beautiful woman in the world, I'm not saying laugh at him. I would never say that or anything like that.
But if that's all he has to say.
Yes, exactly. Bullshit.
There's no chemistry there.
See, and I also call some bullshit. Like, I think that a lot of guys, their intention is to just hook up. And I'm not just saying a lot of guys, people in general. Like, people maybe are not ready for a relationship. Maybe they just got out of a relationship. They're still healing, blah, blah, blah. For 3 million reasons, they don't want anything serious. So they go out there wanting to just hook up, have sex or whatever. And they're like, hey, and they're basically telling you, yeah, you're beautiful. Let's sleep together. Let's do it. Yeah. So pay attention to that.
Well, I like how your method involves going on a date, and like within the first hour, you can find out, deep enough discussions to know if there's red flags.
Yes.
And take the next step or cut it off right there. And so if you have conversations in that first hour that are just total surface level, you're so beautiful, how's the weather? Then obviously there's no deep connection, and then you can hit pass and go next.
Okay, wait a second. That's exactly it. Because what is happening, and I swear to you, I remember being in these situations, and it happens still. that a woman will go on a date and they're like, oh my gosh, that was such an amazing date. Oh my gosh, I'm on cloud nine. What happened? What did you learn about them? They just told me that I'm so beautiful, that I'm so amazing.
You fed their ego.
Yeah, exactly. They're feeding your ego, and you're just like feeling like you're the best thing in the world. But like, did they really stop to get to know you? And did
No.
you stop to get to know them?
No.
Yeah. No, but this is so important. It's not about like your ego. Your ego has to stay in the back seat. I always say this. The ego's in the back seat of the car, and I know it feels good and like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. But if you have that confidence in yourself and you don't need a guy to tell you these things and you already know it, okay, then you won't be saying, oh my God, it's the best date in the world. You will go into that date with intention, knowing that you want to get deep below the surface, right? And I told this guy, you know, because I actually felt for him. If you see his comment, it was, and I left it there and I replied back to him. And I said, you know, my whole thing is about being authentic, trying to find your person. Your person would never laugh at you. Like, and that's so true. Yeah. Like, even if he doesn't know what he's doing, poor guy, right? And he goes, you're so beautiful. Like, he gets all, because you know what? Like, I believe in love at first sight. Something happens where you like instantly connect. Something like that could happen. Your person is not going to treat you and make you feel less than or something like that. Like,
I think what you're saying is that it's reciprocal, right? So if one person is giving all the compliments and they're all surface level, and the other one is just brushing it off or laughing it off, then it's not reciprocal. It's a one-sided, it's surface level. It's very, you know, I don't know what the word is, but once you go deep, or if there's a deeper connection already,
right,
then you're not going to have that person laugh at you. They're going to turn around and maybe compliment back, or, oh, thank you so much. They feel like that's a real compliment.
Yes. And then it doesn't just stay there. Maybe that's like, and then they can go deeper than that. But like my whole thing for this guy, I really felt for him because what sucks, he's like, if a girl's a 10, like this comment, I should even read it. Oh my God, it's so crazy. It's outrageous. He's like, if a girl's a 10, don't tell them that she's beautiful. If she's average, like an 8, which by the way, since when is 8 average? I
think average by definition means 5.
5, right? I was like, wait, if a woman's average, like an 8, then maybe you can tell her she's beautiful. If you have some other, like, it was so like, I feel like he's going through things, right? And I just wanted to like give him a hug. I'm like, it's gonna be okay. And I feel like he lacks faith.
Well, he's perpetuating the dishonest surface level conversations that keep you from having a deeper relationship.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's a cycle. It's like the freaking Matrix that I'm always talking about. And it's a cycle that we're all in and playing the game. Oh my God, you have to play the game. No, like don't show them how you really feel, because then you're like letting your guard down. Like have the walls up, but then those walls will never allow you to really truly emotionally connect, and you'll never find your person that way. Exactly. Like, you know, it's just so
now you're getting
No, but like this comment, I feel like I'm glad that I left it there. I'm glad I didn't just, you know, not address it, because I do think a lot of people feel like, oh my God, Jackie, your method to just be completely authentic, completely honest, completely open and vulnerable, it is hard to do. People, and you're not conditioned. You're conditioned to think, play the game.
And people are scared.
Yeah, they're scared. Scared of what? Let's dig into this.
Yeah, that's good. Hit something there. No, I think that...
Teddy, I love having you here. This is cute, Teddy.
I think they're, you know, let's say you're from the guy's perspective and you're talking to a woman that's, you know, maybe you think they're out of your league or something like that, and you're like, you got nothing to say. You're scared to get deep because they might not like who you are. Mm-hmm. So you're not, this may be going back to your course, how you build up the confidence of the person, is that you have to love yourself first, right? And if you don't have that love for your own self and you're not confident in yourself, then going into a conversation, you might just want to keep that wall up, keep the everything surface level, so that you don't scratch the surface and get deep and find real valuable relationship, you know? Exactly.
So first step is you got to love yourself and be like, so who gives a shit if you're quirky? Like, who gives a shit if you're like weird and OCD? No, I'm starting to think of like all of my issues. Like, you know,
who cares if you like Star Wars?
Like, no, but like seriously, I feel like the things that you think are weird and no one's gonna love is what makes you unique, and your person is going to love you for it. And that's something that you have to really understand and believe in. Like, no one can tell you, oh, love yourself, and then like go on rainbows and butterflies. It's like you really have to take the time to find what is it about you, right? You look in the mirror and tell yourself, and I'm all about affirmations, and say like you are enough, and love, absolutely love the things that make you you. And so when you go and talk to whoever, and if they do laugh at you, you say bye, it's okay. You walk away, and you know that, you know what, your person's gonna love you for you. You're not gonna dim your light for people. So you
just saved a bunch of time.
You saved a bunch of time. Exactly. The more real and honest you are and yourself, and if you're connecting with someone and you feel like they are the most beautiful person you've ever seen, tell them. Like this guy saying, don't tell a woman she's beautiful because will laugh at you. Don't get that out of your head, because I really
don't I tell you you're beautiful,
Teddy, all the time. I'm so sick of it. No, I was joking. I'm joking. 15 years married, and I like seriously feel so loved. I feel like the most beautiful woman like in the world to you. Like, and I feel like that's
you are.
Yeah, you're so cute, Teddy. So no, I feel like this is, and you know what's so funny? My parents are the same way. Your parents are the same way. Like they adore each other. And it's not like they really put their heart in their sleeve, and they don't take that person for granted. You make the effort to say, oh my gosh, this is how I feel about you. It was one of the cutest things when you said, I'm your favorite person.
You are my favorite person.
Yeah, it was the cutest thing. Like, I love things like that. I'm like, and I'm thinking, are you my favorite person?
I hope I'm your favorite person.
I'm like, I guess you're my favorite person. Like, because it's between you and my daughters. Like, I was like,
oh, I thought you were gonna say your twin. I was like, that might be tough.
Well, Gato, no, it's like you, my kids, and then Gato. And
she's gonna have something to say about that.
I was between me and Augie, like our dog, right? For you.
You beat him by a fair margin.
So let's go back to focus, you guys. When you feel like someone's beautiful and you're connecting, and that's not your main priority is, oh, they're hot. No, you're actually connecting with them, and you're feeling, oh my gosh, I love talking to this person for all these reasons that are actually deep and meaningful. You can tell them, like, put your guard down, tell them, be fearless.
Yeah, because they'll accept it.
They'll accept it,
and they'll thank you for it, or they'll reciprocate it. Because there's that connection, there's that deeper relationship.
And yes, you get what you give. Like, think about it. The more you're open, the more vulnerable you are. Because that takes a level of vulnerability to tell someone how you really feel, right? And when you put your guard down, you're going to get back from them being more open and them telling you how they really feel. And if they feel like you're crazy and they don't connect, then isn't it better to know sooner than later anyway? Like, what are we scared of? I feel like we need to.
People are scared of rejection.
Yeah, we need to shake up like the world. Like, I feel like everyone, I feel like my kids are in a super amazing advantage, because Juju and Bella, they're like living in our world, right? Where to them it's like the most obvious thing to always be honest, open, vulnerable, authentic. They're amazing. If someone doesn't like them, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, their world, they're getting conditioned this new way. And I feel like it's harder with adults, because after years and years,
you've been programmed
of being, and poor guy, how many times has he been laughed at? I feel like, oh my God, for him to first of all, for him to find my video on YouTube, to take the effort and to write a whole you know what I mean? Like this huge paragraph.
All right, I'm sorry. It was me.
What? That would be so disturbing. It wasn't you, babe.
This is a revelation
episode. Really, babe? Really? That'd be beyond disturbing. No, I was thinking of all the grammatical issues too. I was like, ew, no. The point is that this is something that I really want you guys to like learn from. Okay, and say, you know what? Oh my gosh, do I keep my guard up? And if someone tells you they're beautiful, like, first of all, do you really laugh at them? Actually, I really want to know this. Like, who does laugh at someone that does that? Like, I feel like unless they're saying, oh, you're so full of shit, you just want to hook up and have sex. And then that's actually interesting, because what is he really looking for? Like, now I want to go back in that comment and be like, wait a second. I'm not going to get into this
thing. Dive deep into that.
It's like this huge common thread. No, but I'm actually wondering from that perspective, when he approaches a woman, if any guys are listening out there, right? If you tell a woman automatically, are you really wanting a serious relationship or are you just looking for sex? Step one. And if you really are looking to connect with someone on a deeper level, I am working with women and letting them know how important the deep emotional thing is. And when they're looking for a guy, it's not about looking for their type. It's looking about who you are on the inside. Okay, so lead with your heart. Oh, I love that. I think that should be like the title of this episode. Lead with your heart, right? That could be good.
Perfect.
Okay, any last thoughts, Teddy?
Yeah, one last thought. So while you're saying that, I was kind of think about other relationships in your life. Like if you work in an office setting and have coworkers, whatever, think about how you interact with them and look at those types of relationships. Because I was just thinking, like, there's some people that you connect with and that are, maybe you're good friends and you're a good coworker that you get along with, and just walking through the hall or standing by the water cooler or whatever, you can have like a conversation, and it could be of the silliest thing. It could be, oh, what'd you do last week? Oh, I hung out with my family and we did this and blah blah, just going on and on. And then there's some people that you're friendly with, but you're just like, hey, oh man, it's raining. Yeah. Oh, everything good? Okay. Yeah. And you just kind of go on. And I, as you're saying that, I'm like, okay, you have these relationships, intimate relationships where if you're at that surface level, just saying, oh, how's the weather? Oh, you're hot. Oh, and not really digging deep, that says something about the connection, says something about the chemistry there. Right. When you find someone that you can, have that chemistry and you just get along so well, and you finish each other's sentences, sandwiches, whatever. It's so much easier to talk, so much easier to go deep. And
I love. Did you allude to Frozen when you said complete each other's sandwiches? He is the father of 2 daughters.
That's right.
Babe, that was...
Know all the words.
That was the cutest thing ever. No, but I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Because relationships can stay on the surface. You gotta like really be truthful about things, because if you see things and keep your eyes open and know what is it you're really looking for. You're not looking for your ego to be stroked, right? You're looking for something of substance that lasts forever. And when you find your person, by the way, it's kind of like when you have that connection with someone and they're like, oh my gosh, they're my best friend. They become even more beautiful to you. Like, I love Will more now than I did 15 years ago. And, I feel that way. And that's the love that I feel that you're looking for, is that long lasting, crazy love, and not just, oh, let me stroke your ego thing, right? Okay, I think we covered a lot. This is a good lesson. Good teamwork. High five, Teddy. Okay, while you guys are going out there, leading with your heart, be fearless, connecting emotionally, and when someone tells you that you're beautiful, don't laugh at them. Poor guy. But try to always get deep. And don't settle for anything, because it has to be crazy love or nothing. Yay! Bye. Thank you.